is a divine plan at work in your life. Love is not random. It is not luck. Love is a sacred journey, guided by the hand of the divine. If you have been searching, wondering, and praying for a sign, know that God always speaks to you through feelings, through circumstances, through whispers in your heart. Today, let us open ourselves to His wisdom and recognize the signs that He may be leading you toward the right person. When God wants you to be with someone, He does not send confusion or chaos. He sends peace. This peace is not just the absence of conflict. It is a deep soul-level knowing that you are in alignment with His plan. It is a quiet reassurance that does not waver, even when doubts try to creep in. It is the feeling of being settled, of feeling safe, of knowing that you do not have to force anything, because what is meant for you will flow effortlessly into your life. This peace does not come from the mind, but from the heart. It is not based on fleeting emotions or circumstances. It is rooted in faith. It is a divine whisper that reminds you, this is right. This is good. You don't have to fear. When you are with the person God intends for you, your spirit is at ease. You are not anxiously overthinking every word, every action, or every moment. You do not feel the need to impress or prove your worth, because you are already enough just as you are. There is no pressure to perform, no need to pretend. The right relationship, the one guided by God, allows you to breathe fully, to be completely yourself, and to know that you are loved as you are. In contrast, when something is not from God, you will feel it in your spirit. There will be unrest, uncertainty, and inner turmoil. You may experience moments of happiness, but deep down something will feel off. There may be doubt, uneasiness, or a sense of having to convince yourself that this is right, even when your heart whispers otherwise. This is not the kind of love God intends for you. God does not operate in confusion. He does not place fear in your heart when leading you toward something meant for you. If you have to constantly question whether a person is right for you, if your heart feels unsettled more than it feels at peace, that is a sign that God may be telling you to pause, to reflect, and to listen. The peace that comes from God's will is unshakable. It is not dependent on circumstances. Even when challenges arise, even when things are not perfect, there is still a deep-seated knowing that this relationship is divinely guided. You do not feel the need to run away at the first sign of difficulty because you trust that God has placed this person in your life for a reason. Love is not meant to be a battle where you constantly feel exhausted and defeated. Love, when it is truly from God, brings a sense of wholeness, a sense of harmony, a sense of being exactly where you are meant to be. This peace is not to be confused with excitement or infatuation. Sometimes people mistake emotional highs and passion for God's confirmation, but true divine love is not about an emotional roller coaster. It is about stability, security, and trust. God's love is not fleeting. It does not come in waves of extreme highs followed by painful lows. Instead, it is steady, constant, and unwavering. When you are with the right person, the relationship does not drain you, it replenishes you. You do not feel anxious about whether they will stay or whether you are good enough. You feel safe, you feel assured, you feel at home. One of the greatest signs that God wants you to be with someone is that they bring you closer to Him. The peace you feel is not just about the relationship. It is about your spiritual growth. The right person will encourage you to trust God more, to rely on Him, and to strengthen your faith. They will not distract you from your purpose or pull you away from your spiritual path. Instead, they will help you align with it. Their presence in your life will feel like a divine blessing, not a distraction. They will inspire you to be the best version of yourself, not because they demand it, but because their love naturally encourages growth. This peace extends beyond just how you feel in the moment. It affects every area of your life. When God sends the right person, you will notice that your life begins to align in ways you never expected. Things start to fall into place. You experience clarity instead of confusion. The relationship does not feel like a heavy burden, it feels like a gift. You do not feel as if you are losing yourself. You feel as if you are becoming more of who you were always meant to be. If you are wondering whether God wants you to be with someone, ask yourself, do I feel peace? Not excitement, not fear, not attachment, but true peace. The kind of peace that allows you to rest at night without worrying about what tomorrow will bring. The kind of peace that assures you that you are not settling, that you are not forcing, that you are exactly where you need to be. That is the peace of God. That is the peace that surpasses all understanding. And that is the peace that confirms you are walking in alignment with His divine plan. So trust the peace within you. Let it guide you. Let it speak to you. If you feel restless, ask God for clarity. If you feel at ease, trust that He is leading you in the right direction. Love, when it is meant for you, will not make you feel lost. It will bring you home, to yourself, to your purpose, and to God. When God wants you to be with someone, He orchestrates your paths in ways that seem almost too perfect to be accidental. You may meet at just the right moment under circumstances that feel divinely timed. Perhaps you cross paths after years of separation, or you find yourselves drawn to the same places, the same interests, or the same missions in life. These are not mere coincidences. They are signs of divine alignment. God has a way of arranging situations that bring two souls together in a way they never expected. You may have prayed for love, for companionship, for someone who truly understands you, and then suddenly, when you least expect it, this person appears in your life. Sometimes you may not even realize the significance of the meeting at first. It may start as a simple connection, a conversation, or a friendship. But over time, as events unfold, you begin to see how God was setting everything into motion long before you even knew it. One of the most beautiful signs of divine alignment is when your dreams and purposes naturally fit together. The person God has for you will not distract you from your calling, but will complement it. You will find that your values, aspirations, and life visions align in ways that encourage growth and purpose. This does not mean that both of you will have identical paths, but rather that your journeys will support and uplift each other. You may have different talents, different callings, or different backgrounds, yet when you come together, your strengths blend in a way that feels divinely designed. Sometimes the alignment is seen in the way obstacles are removed from your path. Perhaps you were in past relationships that didn't work out, and at the time, you question why. But now, looking back, you see that God was making space for the right person. You see how certain detours, delays, or even heartbreaks were all necessary to bring you to the moment where your paths finally converge. God's timing is always perfect. There may have been a time when meeting this person wouldn't have been right. Maybe you weren't ready, maybe they weren't ready, or maybe both of you needed to grow before you could fully appreciate the love God had in store for you. But when it is the right time, everything begins to make sense. You no longer have to chase, struggle, or force anything. The connection flows naturally, and you realize that every step you have taken, every experience you have had, has led you to this moment. There is a certain ease that comes when paths are truly aligned by God. You do not have to constantly fight to keep the relationship together. While all relationships require effort, a divinely aligned connection does not feel like a constant uphill battle. Instead, there is a natural rhythm to it, a harmony that brings peace rather than chaos. You feel supported, not just by your partner, but by the very hand of God guiding your steps. Another sign of divine alignment is the way you both inspire each other to become better versions of yourselves. The right person will not hold you back, but will encourage you to step into your highest potential. You will find yourselves growing, healing, and evolving in ways you never imagined. This is because love that is orchestrated by God is not just about companionship. It is about purpose. It is about two people coming together to build something greater than themselves, to serve, to love, and to make a difference. There may also be moments where you look back at your lives and realize that even before you met, God was preparing you for each other. The lessons you learned, the hardships you endured, and the wisdom you gained were all shaping you into the person you needed to be for this relationship. It is as if your entire journey was leading you to this one connection, and now that you are here, you understand why certain things had to happen the way they did. And when paths truly align, there is no confusion. There is no endless questioning or uncertainty. Instead, there is a knowing, a deep inner conviction that this is right. This is the work of God's hand. When you look into the eyes of the person meant for you, you feel it. It is not forced, it is not rushed, and it is not something that needs constant explanation. It just is. So if you are wondering whether someone is meant for you, pay attention to the alignment. Pay attention to the way your lives intertwine, to the way obstacles are removed, to the way things fall into place without excessive effort. Love, when it is from God, does not come with unnecessary confusion or doubt. It comes with clarity, with peace, and with the undeniable feeling that everything has been leading to this moment. Trust in God's divine timing. Trust in His plan. If something is truly meant for you, He will make a way, and when it happens, you will know that it was never by accident. It was always His perfect design. When God places the right person in your life, they do not pull you away from Him. They bring you closer. Their presence does not create distance between you and your faith, but instead it strengthens your connection with the divine. This is one of the clearest signs that a relationship is aligned with God's will. Because what is truly meant for you will never take you away from Him. Love, in its purest form, is a reflection of God's love. It is patient, kind, and uplifting. When you are with the person God has chosen for you, you feel inspired to grow spiritually, to seek Him more, and to deepen your faith. They encourage you to pray, to trust in God's plan, and to walk in alignment with your purpose. Their love is not just about emotions or physical attraction. It carries a higher purpose. It helps you see yourself through God's eyes, reminding you of your worth, your strength, and your divine purpose. There is a difference between a relationship that is built on worldly desires and one that is rooted in faith. A relationship that draws you away from God will often leave you feeling unsettled, conflicted, or spiritually drained. You may find yourself compromising your values, questioning your beliefs, or making decisions that do not align with who you truly are. In contrast, a relationship that is truly from God will reinforce your faith. It will bring peace, not confusion, clarity, not doubt. The right person will walk with you on your spiritual journey, not distract you from it. They will respect your beliefs even if they are on their own unique path, and they will encourage you to stay true to your relationship with God. They will remind you to seek wisdom through prayer, to surrender your worries to Him, and to trust in His divine timing. Their presence in your life will not feel like a test of your faith, but a testament to it. One of the most beautiful aspects of a divinely guided relationship is the way it enhances your ability to love, not just each other, but the world around you. True love, when led by God, does not isolate you. It does not make you feel alone or disconnected from your purpose. Instead, it expands your capacity for kindness, for compassion, and for serving others. It inspires you to be a source of light, to spread love in ways you never imagined. This kind of love teaches patience. It teaches forgiveness. It teaches grace. The right person will not lead you into resentment or bitterness, but into understanding and growth. They will not stir up anger or insecurity, but will cultivate an environment where love, peace, and faith can flourish. Even in moments of disagreement or difficulty, you will find that you are both guided back to a place of love, a place where God is at the center. Being with someone who strengthens your faith does not mean that everything will always be easy. Every relationship has challenges, but when God is at the core, those challenges are faced with wisdom, patience, and a shared commitment to something greater than yourselves. You will not see hardships as signs to give up, but as opportunities to grow stronger together. You will navigate life's uncertainties with trust, knowing that God is leading you both in the right direction. Sometimes God places someone in your life not just for companionship, but to be a reminder of His love for you. This person will speak life into your dreams, encourage you when you feel lost, and remind you that you are never alone. Their presence will be a reflection of God's goodness, a love that uplifts, protects, and nurtures your soul. A relationship that is truly from God will feel different. It will not be built on fleeting emotions or shallow connections. Instead, it will be grounded in something much deeper. It will have purpose. It will have meaning. It will bring you closer to God, not just because you share faith, but because your love itself is a reflection of Him. If you are wondering whether someone is meant for you, ask yourself, do they strengthen my faith? Do they inspire me to be better, to trust more, to love more deeply? Do they remind me of God's grace even in difficult moments? Do they make me feel closer to my purpose, my peace, and my truth? The right person will not ask you to sacrifice your relationship with God to be with them. They will not make you feel as though you must choose between love and faith. Instead, they will show you that the two are one and the same. That true love, trust that when the right person enters your life, you will feel it in your soul. You will feel at peace. You will feel encouraged, supported, and uplifted. Their love will remind you of God's love, steady, unconditional, and always leading you towards something greater. When God places the right person in your life, you experience something profound, unconditional love and acceptance. This kind of love is not based on conditions, circumstances, or expectations. It does not waver when challenges arise or when imperfections surface. Instead, it remains steady, offering a sense of security, belonging, and deep emotional safety. Unconditional love is a reflection of God's love for us. It is the kind of love that sees beyond flaws, beyond mistakes, and beyond limitations. It does not demand perfection, nor does it make you feel unworthy. Instead, it nurtures, uplifts, and reminds you that you are cherished exactly as you are. When you are with the right person, you feel accepted, not because you have to prove yourself, but because they see you through the lens of love, just as God does. This love creates an environment where you can be yourself without fear of judgment. You do not have to hide parts of who you are or pretend to be someone you are not. You are seen, understood, and valued for the person you truly are. In a world that often demands masks and facades, finding a love that allows you to be authentic is one of the greatest gifts God can give. With unconditional love, there is a deep sense of emotional safety. You are not afraid that love will be taken away if you make a mistake or if you go through difficult times. You know that no matter what, you will be supported, cherished, and uplifted. This does not mean that everything will always be perfect, but it means that love will remain even when things are imperfect. One of the most beautiful aspects of this kind of love is that it mirrors God's grace. It acknowledges that both you and your partner are human, that growth is a journey, and that love is not about finding someone without flaws, but about loving someone through them. The right person will not hold your past against you, nor will they make you feel unworthy because of your struggles. Instead, they will remind you of your strength, your worth, and your divine purpose. This love does not seek to control or change you. It does not try to mold you into someone else's expectations. Instead, it allows you to grow, evolve, and become the best version of yourself. At your own pace, in your own way. The right person will support your dreams, encourage your faith, and stand beside you as you navigate life's challenges. Unconditional love also fosters a sense of deep connection. It is not just about romantic attraction or surface-level compatibility. It is about something much deeper, a spiritual bond that goes beyond physical presence. It is about knowing that you are loved for your heart, your soul, and your essence. When God places the right person in your life, you will notice that love becomes easier. It does not feel like a constant struggle or battle to prove your worth. You do not have to beg for attention, fight for validation, or fear abandonment. Instead, love flows naturally. It is consistent, stable, and reassuring. You feel safe knowing that you are not loved for what you do, but simply for who you are. When God places the right person in your life, you will feel it, not just in your mind, but deep in your soul. Your prayers and intuition will confirm it in ways that words cannot fully explain. There will be a sense of peace, a knowing that transcends logic, and a divine assurance that this love is meant for you. God speaks to us in many ways. Sometimes he answers through circumstances, through open doors, through people, and other times he speaks through the stillness of our hearts. When you seek his guidance about a relationship, he will not leave you in confusion. He will provide clarity, whether through an overwhelming sense of peace or through signs that nudge you toward or away from a person. One of the clearest confirmations that someone is meant for you is the peace you feel when you are with them. Not the excitement that fades with time, not the infatuation that clouds judgment, but a deep and lasting peace. This peace is not forced, it flows naturally. It reassures you that you do not have to chase, force, or manipulate anything to make it work. When God is involved, love aligns effortlessly. Your prayers will also bring clarity. If you have been consistently asking God to reveal whether someone is right for you, pay attention to how your heart feels when you think about them. Are you at peace, or do you feel an underlying sense of anxiety? God does not lead us into confusion. If someone is meant for you, your spirit will feel settled, not restless, not doubtful, but reassured. Sometimes we seek answers, but God has already placed them within us. That's where intuition comes in. Your intuition is that inner voice, that quiet whisper that guides you in ways that logic cannot. When you are with the right person, your intuition will affirm it. You will not feel the need to question everything or overanalyze. Instead, there will be a quiet confidence, an inner knowing that this love is real and aligned with God's plan. However, it is important to distinguish between fear and divine warning. Sometimes past wounds can make us fearful of love, even when it is right for us. But God's confirmation does not come with fear, it comes with faith. If someone is truly meant for you, your intuition will not scream warnings of distress. It will gently affirm that you are exactly where you need to be. God also confirms his will through the fruit of the relationship. A relationship that is divinely guided will bring growth, joy, and a stronger connection to him. It will not pull you away from your purpose, nor will it create unnecessary chaos in your life. Instead, it will feel like an addition to your peace, not a subtraction from it. Pay attention to the way this person makes you feel about yourself. Do they encourage you to grow? Do they inspire you to deepen your faith? Do they align with your prayers for the kind of love God wants for you? When a relationship is from God, it will elevate you, not drain you. It will encourage you to be the best version of yourself, not make you question your worth. There may also be external signs, things that happen unexpectedly, divine alignments that make you pause and realize that God's hand is at work. Maybe this person entered your life at the perfect time, in a way that feels orchestrated beyond coincidence. Maybe you have prayed for qualities in a partner and this person embodies them in ways that surprise you. God often reveals his answers through the alignment of circumstances, through a feeling of undeniable rightness. But even with all the signs, God also gives us free will. He allows us to choose. That is why prayer is so important. If you are unsure about a relationship, surrender it to him. Ask him for clear direction. He will show you, whether through a deep sense of peace, through the fruit of the relationship, or through red flags that urge you to walk away. If something does not feel right, do not ignore it. God does not confuse. If you find yourself constantly anxious, doubting, or questioning the relationship, those feelings are worth paying attention to. God does not want you to settle for love that is uncertain. He wants you to step into a love that is aligned with his best for you. When God confirms a person for you, you will know, not because everything is perfect, but because your heart will be at peace. You will not feel the need to force love, to beg for consistency, or to fear abandonment. You will feel safe, chosen, and cherished. Trust the way God speaks to you. Trust your prayers. Trust your intuition. When love is truly meant for you, God will make it clear. He will align the right person with your path. And you will know, without a doubt, that this love was written by his hand. When God places the right person in your life, the relationship feels like a blessing, not a burden. It uplifts you, nourishes your soul, and brings you closer to the love and peace that God intended for you to experience. It is not a constant battle to prove your worth, nor is it filled with doubt, confusion, or exhaustion. Instead, it is a relationship that flows with grace, understanding, and mutual respect. A blessing is something that adds to your life, not something that drains you. When you are with the right person, you will feel supported, encouraged, and valued. You will not have to beg for attention, love, or commitment. Instead, these things will be given freely because the relationship is rooted in genuine care and alignment with God's plan for both of you. A relationship that feels like a blessing brings peace. There is no endless cycle of hurt, no constant emotional turmoil, no fear of being abandoned. You do not feel like you are walking on eggshells trying to keep things together. Instead, there is stability, trust, and a deep sense of security. You know where you stand with this person because their love is consistent, not conditional. When love is truly from God, it does not feel like a heavy weight on your shoulders. It does not feel like something you have to fight for every day just to keep it alive. While every relationship requires effort, the right relationship does not feel like a constant struggle. It feels natural, it feels safe, it feels like home. The right person does not bring unnecessary drama into your life. They do not create chaos, confusion, or distress. Instead, they bring clarity. They bring kindness. They bring a sense of calm that reminds you of God's presence in the relationship. Love should not be exhausting. It should not leave you feeling empty or questioning your worth. It should not make you feel small or unseen. It should be a source of light, a reflection of the divine love that God has for you. A relationship that is a blessing helps you grow into the person God created you to be. It does not hinder your purpose or distract you from your spiritual journey. Instead, it strengthens your faith, encourages you to rise above your challenges, and reminds you of the goodness of love when it is pure and intentional. The right person will want to see you thrive. They will celebrate your successes and support you in your struggles. They will not compete with you, tear you down, or make you feel inadequate. Instead, they will remind you of your worth, help you see your strengths, and push you toward the greatness that is already inside you.